My video for August 3rd, 2019 is entitled Fly Me to the Moon, Melbourne Municipal Band. And this is video number 3166. For some time, I have been going to hear our local band play. My longtime friend, Robin, plays a key role in the band, usually leading in the singing of the national anthem to open the concerts. Her mom has been with the band since its founding 55 years ago. The theme of this concert was Fly Me to the Moon. I've known Robin personally since 1992, having met her at a metaphysical meeting back then. She wrote what I consider the most inspirational poem I ever heard, one I committed to memory, Masters of Love. If I remember correctly, I made a video about that several years ago. Besides the title concert song, they played Mars from the Planets, Stardust, One Small Step, Apollo March, The Right Stuff, Into Moonlight's Mist, Sweet from the Star Wars Epic, and The Stars and Stripes Forever. On the last song, it was suggested that they needed to send a poet to the moon. Well, as I said, Robin is a poet. I suggested to her and her dad that she should be the one to go. Anyway, I've had this poem displayed in my apartment since shortly after I moved in. I hadn't looked at it in a long time, but ironically, one of my friends was trying to reach me when I was at the concert and was quite concerned and sent me several messages on Facebook and actually left a message on my answering machine. Where are you, Ron? Where are you? I don't normally go out on Thursday. Thursdays is an open night usually for me that I'm home. But when they have the concert, I try to make the concerts at the band. But anyway, I was telling her about the concert and about Robin and about the poem Masters of Love. And I wasn't intending when I started quoting the opening, but I ended up quoting the entire, reciting actually the entire poem. And my friend says, I can't believe, are you reading that? No, I remember it because it's one that I committed to memory a long time ago. And actually, I had a copy of the poem, the original. She made a few minor changes before she printed the one that I just held up. But I memorized it a long time ago. And as I said, it's displayed in my apartment. And I can't remember if I had it displayed in my house before they took my house. But that's the other thing. Her dad is a judge, and he was the one that was originally assigned when they were trying to steal, when the bank, PNC Bank, was trying to steal my house, which of course they succeeded in doing. But he was the judge that was first scheduled, and I made the comment, well, good, I'm glad it's him. I've known his daughter for a very long time. But of course, they removed him and they put another judge in to finalize the theft of my property, which, by the way, I have to add again that I had an affidavit because the attorney for the bank promised me that if I allowed them to sell the house that I inherited, not the one that I lived in and bought, but if I let them sell the house that I had inherited, they would allow me free title to my house. Well, they lied, and many attorneys do lie. That's part of the game that's being played. But they did end up taking my house, and of course, Robin's dad and family had nothing whatsoever to do with that. But when I say that it brings up bittersweet memories, that's the bittersweet memory. But Robin is just a fantastic poet, and this particular poem, I don't know if she's ever written any more poems. I've written over 100 poems myself. I don't consider any of my poems that I've written on the same level as Masters of Love. That's the premier poem for my whole life, because I would like to consider myself a master of love. And surely I have tried to live my life loving and uplifting people and building bridges and helping people to connect with each other. And oftentimes my efforts to help people connect have resulted in the reverse happening. I've built, instead of building the bridges, I've alienated people and had them turn away from me because some of what I was saying irritated them and stepped on their toes and challenged some of their belief systems. And belief systems, as I've said so many times, has a lie right in the middle of it. Belief, it's a lie. We can believe it's true, but that doesn't make it true. Love is the only truth, and masters of love is what we all are. But most of us have, to this day, have still forgotten that we were called to be masters of love, to build bridges, to expose the walls, to take down the barriers that separate us. But this concert was inspiring. The one thing that irritates me always every time I go to the concert is they still have the gold fringe on the war flag. And yes, that's the peace flag underneath the welcome on the wall behind me. That most people don't understand and don't know that the United States has two flags, a peace flag and a war flag. The official flag that most people think of as the US flag is the war flag, because this is a nation that has been at war virtually from before its inception as a nation. But there are two flags, and that's one of them. But this concert overall was extremely inspiring. I got to talk with some people that were sitting behind me, and a little bit with the two ladies that sat in front of me, but not a whole lot. In any case, it was a great evening, and I did not expect when I got home to have several messages from my friend, including an answering machine message, but messages on Messenger. And by the way, I keep getting invitations from people to join Messenger. I've been on Messenger for over 2 years, as far as I remember. I mean, I think I was on there. I don't know if I was on there before I moved into the apartment or not. Honestly, I don't remember. But I've been on it for at least a couple of years. Anyway, folks, I don't want to go to the moon. I want to bring heaven to earth. That's been my mission, my goal, my inspiration for a long time. I believe that I'm here, and I use the word believe again. I'm here for a purpose, and that purpose is to help uplift mankind, to help open our hearts and open our eyes and open our minds to the things that are going on in our world that just don't mesh with reality. When I say reality, it is our reality, but it's a distorted reality. Everything has been twisted and bent out of shape. We've been lied to about so many things. And I just wish we could get beyond religion, beyond politics, beyond the money system, and come out on the other side and learn to love one another, learn to help one another, learn to uplift instead of tear down. We need to do that if we're going to survive as a species without being destroyed once again. I hope and pray with all my heart that it doesn't come to the need to have mass annihilation and flooding and all sorts of other things with the pole shifts and all the other things that are being considered and talked about. I really hope we can avert that and come to our senses and truly, truly become the masters of love that we were created to be. I really believe that we were created to be lovers, not warriors. Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.